Welcome to Elken's Spirulina Chewable Testimonial Bank.
In the beginning, I didn't believe my uncle's sharing that this vegetable could help to improve my IQ for better academic achievement. Luckily, he left me a filing, and as I read it, I was thrilled to discover that Elken's Spirulina contains vitamin B12 that is good for IQ development. From my first to my third year at USM, I never received a Dean's certificate. However, by taking 5 tablets of Elken's Spirulina a day, I finally achieved 4 A's in my 4th year and had the honor of going on stage to receive the Dean's certificate from USM. I was so overjoyed. I believe it was all thanks to Elken's Spirulina. The Dean's certificates are now hung on my walls, and they are the pride of our parents. Elken's Spirulina can really help to improve a student's IQ. Thank you.
I started to have premenstrual syndrome, or PMS, when I was 20. It really affected my work, and I constantly applied for sick leave from my employer. After I got married, I discovered that I had endometriosis. The specialist told me that I would not be able to conceive. I was devastated. Luckily, a friend recommended Elken's Spirulina to me. I took 30 tablets daily for 6 consecutive months. After 6 months, I became pregnant. And today, I'm blessed with 3 kids. Thank you, Spirulina, for helping me build a happy and harmonious family. I've been suffering from gastric problems like bloating, gastric acid, and gastric pain since 1993. These problems troubled me for 20 years and often made me dizzy, and I lacked concentration. I also couldn't take bread or oily food, and sometimes I would have to induce vomiting. I constantly took digestion medicine in the long term. I tried various methods like drinking aloe vera juice and lemon juice, but they didn't help at all. Luckily, my brother introduced Elken's Spirulina to me. I took 15 tablets every morning and night for 2 months. Since then, I don't need to take medication or induce vomiting anymore. In fact, I feel more energetic than before. Thank you, Elken, for such a brilliant product. 16 years ago, I had an ectopic pregnancy. The embryo developed in my fallopian tube. The doctor advised me to remove one fallopian tube, or my life would be in danger. After the surgery, the doctor said my chances of becoming pregnant were reduced by 50%. We even tried artificial insemination 3 times within 2.5 years, but nothing. Luckily, I met my old schoolmate San who shared Spirulina with me. Since I had been trying for so many years, I thought I should give myself another chance by taking Elken's Spirulina. About a year later, I finally got pregnant and gave birth to a healthy baby boy. Today, we have 3 healthy kids. I'm so grateful to Elken's Spirulina for helping me build a happy family. Thank you, Elken.
Today, I would like to share my son's personal experience. He suffered from eczema, a type of skin disease, for 2 years. He has had it since he was 2 months old. His skin was always itchy and it would start to bleed when he scratched it. He consulted the doctor and he was prescribed 5 different medications that included syrups to help ease his condition for better sleep, ointments to apply on his skin, as well as steroids. When our friends recommended Elken's Spirulina, we not only gave it to our son, but we decided that our entire family would try it as well. We gave our son Elken's Spirulina twice a day, 5 tablets each time. Unknowingly, within 2 months, our maid told us that our son's problem improved and the redness and itchiness had reduced. In fact, we have been taking these amazing products for almost...
I would like to share the story about my daughter, Nur Safia. When my wife was 5 months pregnant, the doctor detected that my daughter has 6 major sickness: Down syndrome, G6PD, D-George, cardiovascular, left arteries not formed, and also hole in the heart. So the doctor gave us 1 week to decide, and the doctor advised us to abort the pregnancy. After much discussion with my wife decided to continue with the pregnancy. We decided to take Elken's Spirulina and also other MRT products. So every day my wife takes the Elken's Spirulina at a very high dose of about 30 to 50 tablets per day. I decided to still give my daughter the Elken's Spirulina every day on the bottle, and also plus other MRT products. 3 months later, after we take the product, the doctor did a test on my daughter, and the doctor told me that hole in the heart, which is about 5-cent coin, is already formed normally, And also the left arteries, which is not formed, is already there. It is already back to normal right now. And for 7 years, my daughter is still consuming Alkan Spirulina every day until today. Thank you, Alkan Spirulina.
I was told by my masseuse that I had a lump in my right breast. 10 years later, I started to feel the changes in my body. I was so concerned that I consulted a doctor. The doctor confirmed that I had stage 2 breast cancer. I followed the doctor's advice and went for a surgery. After the operation, the doctor said I also needed chemotherapy. I was devastated. When the doctor said chemotherapy does not cure cancer and that it could come back anytime, I decided not to do it. I carried on with my normal diet and started to take Alkan Spirulina. I took 60 tablets a day and had a medical checkup monthly. I did another medical checkup and a mammogram a year later, and the doctor confirmed there was no sign of the cancer. After that visit, I scheduled a medical checkup every 6 months. I just had my medical checkup last month, and once again the doctor confirmed that I'm all clear of cancer. I have been taking Alkan Spirulina for 2.5 years now, and I will continue taking it in the future. I'm so grateful to Alkan Spirulina that I'm now free of cancer.
I started to take Alkan Spirulina when I was 3 months pregnant with my second child. After I studied this product, I discovered it has a lot of nutrients and most importantly, folic acid. I saw a big difference between my first and second pregnancy. During my first pregnancy, I didn't take Alkan Spirulina. During that time, the front and back of my body was covered with acne. But during my second pregnancy, I didn't have any acne. In fact, my skin even improved and became better than before. Unknowingly, my gastric problem also disappeared. My confidence in the product really increased. In fact, the most important part was after giving birth. I saw a great difference between my first and second child. My first baby didn't take Spirulina and his body felt so soft and he couldn't sit up straight. But my second child was different. Even my mother wondered why my second child could burp while he was sitting. Their immunity also differs greatly. My first child falls sick and sees the doctor an average of 2 to 3 times a week, while my second child only visits the doctor 2 to 3 times a year. Thank you, Alkan, for such a great product.
I used to have very serious migraine for 17 years. As the pain usually occurred on one side, one of my eyes became smaller than the other. Because of this, I developed very low self-esteem. But Alkan Spirulina has helped to restore my health. I started to feel lighter and healthier after taking Alkan Spirulina for 3 to 4 days. Since then, I have never stopped taking Alkan Spirulina. To date, my family and I have been consuming Alkan Spirulina for 16 years. I am very grateful to Alkan Spirulina. I developed chronic sinus 11 years ago. I couldn't take any seafood, including prawns and squids, as they would easily trigger my sinus and I would end up with a headache and fever. I had to rely on painkillers to ease the condition. After I was introduced to Alkan Spirulina, I took 5 tablets a day.